So when I was doing research for Peter and the Starcatcher, I saw a very similar stage. It's bare, maybe some boxes, maybe some platforms, which is what the play allots to and what the original Broadway show is and what we see recreated a lot. And I wanted something different. And I was like, man, I want something different for this, and something I've never seen before. And so I was just searching online and got into a YouTube rabbit hole, and I found this company in England that creates magical libraries in schools. And what they do is they go in at 6 o'clock at night, and they have a room, and they build this magical library, and they bring in books, and they have secret entrances that they create through doors. And then the next day the students come, and each class period goes to the secret library and has literary enrichment time and storytelling. And I was like, this is so cool. And so I was like, what if we set this epic story in a library and we pulled everything from the show off of our library shelves? And so that's what we did. And so our whole basis of our set design was set in a library. So we had Mod Podge book pages all over the set, all over the floor. We had 3 giant shelves that turned into the pirate ships that crashed. So they actually fell down. And that was really cool. It also helped tell the story about which ship is where, because that can get a little bit confusing at the beginning. It's just okay, is this the British ship or is this the pirate ship? And so being able to have the flags permanently on them, it was easy to understand where we were. And then also having a 12-foot bookshelf, also having a 12-foot bookshelf fall is terrifying, but also really cool. And the kids got to learn how to make that illusion happen very safely with just 2x4s and some brakes. That was it. And it just really made a huge impact. And so once those ships fell down, then it became an island, and we had a mountain that the characters could climb on for the second act. So that my whole idea was very different from what most folks do. But again, it was set in the fact that Peter is this epic story, where epic stories they're held in libraries. And that's the creation and the imagination and that it comes from. So that's kind of what we did. And it was fun, and it was very challenging to figure out where everything was going to go, because ultimately we also built a false wall that we couldn't go behind. So it was we had to make sure all the props were set somewhere on that set that we could pull from and be sad and be safe. But that ultimately was our idea and our design. And I definitely would challenge directors to think outside the box when it comes to Peter, because the story allows you to do that. And so it is easy to kind of start with nothing and build the show on, or think of another place. Or a good friend of mine even thought about putting it in a daycare center with kids, playing. And I was like, that's so smart, because all the toys and things like that. So highly, highly encouraged, think outside and use your imagination and see where you could place this show, because it really, really allows itself to be anywhere.